Just a normal breakfast. Thought I'd treat me and the dog to a romantic getaway. We didn't have 40 million baht to spend. We had 4 million baht for a PTT station with a view. Anna's come back from her mum's house with a few select snacks. Just a normal breakfast. What's the green? Kaffir lime leaves?
Yeah, and pandan.
Sanmai, not eggs and bacon.
Not exciting.
The reasons we chose rural Thailand and Isan, we could have chosen anywhere within Thailand, to be honest. Before we get into this though, I'm going to take a little road trip with my dog. So off we go, and I'll see you in a few minutes. This is a PTT station with a view. Anna's in Bangkok with her daughter for a few days, so I thought I'd treat me and the dog to a romantic getaway. We'd done it on the cheap, and I thought I'd show you around this room because it was very, very cheap, just 500 baht for the room. A little bit extra for the dog, but you know, just for me it's 500 baht. The fridge is in a strange position. I think it's because if it's the right way around, the door won't open because of the bed. But yeah, this is what a cheap room in Thailand is like. And to be honest, it's perfectly fine. There's air conditioning and it's very, very cold. A double bed, it's comfortable mattress. Coffee and cakes, which is always good. Massive kettle. A little veranda, so me and the dog can watch the rain. So there you have it. It's a cheap room in Thailand. When it's just me and the dog, 500 baht, that will do. Shame it's raining though. It's only about an hour and a half drive from where I live. This place is called Phukadung. Come on, you can do it. So that was Pukadung. It's a pretty cool place. It's very much the off season there at the moment. The mountain is actually closed until the 1st of October. But I would heartily recommend having a little trip to one of the mountains in the national parks of Thailand. That province is called Loy. It's the next province across from where we live in Nong Palampuran. And then it gets more and more mountainous the more west you go. So through Loy is very mountainous in Loy, and then Phetchabun, which is where we were in that hotel above the clouds, if you remember, a few weeks ago. That was Phetchabun. And then you go even more west and then even more north, and you get up towards Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, and then Pai, up in the very, very north. And the time to visit these places is the cold season in Thailand, but not the rainy season. It's also very, very chilly there. Not so much now in September, but God, if you go there in December, you'll be freezing your socks off, honestly. So my ideal location to live in Thailand, if I'm completely honest, it would be on the coast. Our main consideration when we were looking for a place to buy was the size of the land. So because that was the overriding factor with our search, the coast just was not an option for us, and it was purely financial. While we're at the house, I'm just going to show you a very quick teaser of the kitchen. I don't want to show you in detail because the finer details have not yet been finished, so there's still a little bit of kind of work to do around the granite edges, but I'll show you kind of what's been done because it does look pretty awesome. So a sea view was always my number one choice. If I could have a sea view, it's like a dream come true. It says what it is, it's a dream, you know, and I've got to live in reality. And we didn't have 40 million baht to spend. We had 4 million baht, 4, not 40. So the sea view just wasn't really on the cards for us. But my second choice would be a mountain view, and that's what we've got. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm going to find a few examples and I'll put them up on the screen for you now. For what we've spent on this land and building the house on the land, I don't just mean the actual purchase of the land, I mean digging the pond, raising the land, digging the canals, digging the water well, getting a solar system set up for the house because there is no electricity in the area, you know. The whole cost of it is around about 4 million baht. Completely total, that is. But my point is, if we wanted to live on the coast, we could have bought a house on a small plot with a little garden and a house that was big enough for the pair of us, and it would have been perfectly fine. And the huge upside to that is you can see the sea every day. We considered this because we looked at Hua Hin as potential places to settle in. We also looked on Koh Chang, and Koh Chang really was out of our price range. Hua Hin is more reasonably priced. I guess because it's not an island, it makes a big difference. But the conversation always came back to the same thing. What will we do? What will we do with our days? When we've swum in the pool, we've eaten breakfast, and we've tidied the house, what do we do? Like, what is life? I don't, you know. And that's what I mean about the priority was the plot of land. If we had 10 times the budget, then we would have looked at 8 rai plots of land around Hua Hin, or even better, Koh Chang or Koh Kud, you know, these sort of places. But it just came down to budget. We weren't looking to buy a house that was built. Well, actually, no, that's not true. We were open to that. We weren't really bothered about building our own house. I mean, if we would have seen a house that we liked on land that was ideal for us, you know, we'd have considered that option. The absolute main factor in our search was the size of the plot. We knew we wanted at least 8 rye of land. Now, we ended up getting 12. Now, that was just kind of a bonus, really, but we weren't considering any plot that was smaller than 8 rye. And that was simply down to our age and our aspirations for the next 25 years. We haven't come to Thailand at retirement age to really do very little. Don't get me wrong, there will come a point where we will both want that. We will both want to do bugger all, or just a little bit of gardening around a small plot. But hopefully that feeling won't arrive for at least another 25 or 30 years yet. Whilst we're both in our early 40s, we wanted somewhere that we could really get our teeth stuck into. You know, a large project that's going to give us something to occupy the majority of our time. Because, like I said, look, we're not of retirement age. I don't think actually it would be sensible to come over to Thailand when you're in your late 60s, early 70s and take on a project as big as this. Unless you were happy to delegate the majority of the work. Because, I mean, look, this is a long, ongoing project, and it's not going to take us just 1 or 2 years to complete. For what we want to do, it's going to take us a decade at least. And we want to then enjoy the fruits of our labour, and we want to enjoy the process of it as well. And the enjoyment for both of us is doing it completely ourselves. Any money? Okay, mate. So there you have it. 40 million or 4 million. It'd be great to have 40 million bahts to spend. It really would. But, you know, got to live in the real world. And I think we've done pretty well for 4 million, so we're happy, we're happy.